What was not brought up at the time when I was arrested?
The fact that you were assaulted.
What?
Correct? Did you mention
Yes,
this
it
to
was.
the detective at the time?
Yes.
And what did the detective say?
I've been in jail for 5 days. I think this is a legal matter that needs to be handled in the same responsible way that the charge was made against me.
True.
Okay?
But we don't
She
just...
hit me first.
Just listen to me though. We don't just lay charges. We actually have to investigate matters before we actually charge someone with a criminal offense, okay?
Correct, but
Right.
I called so that I could file my complaint, and that you would investigate it.
Okay, but that's what I'm trying to tell you is...
Right, but as a
the
police
matter
officer,
has been investigated already.
I don't believe so.
Well, maybe
Because
not,
I haven't even received...
well, maybe not by your liking, but according
It's
to the
not about my
detective
liking,
that I
it's
spoke
about
to, the matter has been investigated that day. And as a result of the investigation that they conducted that day, you were charged with a criminal offense.
Incorrect. My understanding is this gentleman here took that DVD from me before putting me in handcuffs and reading me my rights, and then I was taken into custody
Yeah.
and charged. The video wasn't available to
The video was...
investigating
you-
officer.
No.
I did not turn it over to you.
Over.
I brought it.
You volunteered the
I did
video.
not volunteer it, and I'm
You did.
saying that quite plainly. That
You volunteered so
it was
you
in
did
my
not assault her.
hand when
That's
I-
why you turned it over to us.
no.
Now you're changing your story.
I'm not changing my story. I've told you that I have proof that she was the one that created the problem.
That's not what you told us on Saturday.
No, was that the video that was turned over or seized either way by
Correct.
this officer?
Correct. And
Well,
there is actually a witness,
well,
an independent witness.
Listen to me for a second. Well, let me finish first before we go on here, okay? Because this is why we're here. The video was viewed by the detective who actually had seized it and turned it into the property office. He saw no evidence on the video contrary to what the charges that he laid against you. The independent witness that we have gave evidence that you actually assaulted her. Didn't mention anything about her assaulting you. I don't know where your independent witness is to verify your story. As of the evidence that was
Well, we may have
found
the same,
that day.
we may have the same witness.
But then why didn't your witness...
I've been in jail.
No, I understand that. Then why didn't the witness, who's an independent witness, volunteer your side of the story at the time?
Well, then the argument might be, is she independent?
Yes. Is she biased? I don't know.
Well, that's why
But do you have any other-
that's why I'm filing a charge of assault, and I'd like the justice system to sort it out.
Well, this is what I'm trying to tell
I'm
you.
also
is-
alleging parental alienation, alienation of affection, harassment on her as well, and abuse of the system. She generally mischief.
Mischief.
Yeah, she's doing this to create a problem for me. She's doing this to give me a criminal record and keep me
But weren't you the one that showed up to her location
Not
with
her
a video
location.
camera? Well,
No.
to the location where she was
a
at
public location.
with a video camera.
Yes, to
And then
videotape my
that's-
son.
And then,
See, you're making judgments, and I
No, I'm
it's
just-
my position that the justice system is supposed to do that. That as a peace officer, you're supposed to just bring it to the justice system.
no, we don't do that. We investigate matters that...
Then I
when we
suggest
have
that this be
evidence-
investigated from both
When we
sides.
have evidence that concurs to the charge we're gonna lay, then we bring it before the justice of the peace. We don't just... or
Right,
the
right.
court
So
system.
automatically you can arrest me and put me through the process on her word, because that's what happened. You didn't see the video before I was
But-
arrested.
Didn't we tell you that we have evidence that
No,
concurs to the charges that were
no,
laid?
sir. You didn't have that video, so you did not have independent
The
evidence.
video
of the
has nothing to do with the fact that we have an independent witness at the time that actually stated that you assaulted her, and that's why you were charged.
And what was the nature of the assault?
I don't know, I wasn't involved in the case.
And that's why
But
I'm
I-
asking for an investigation,
spoke to
because
the
I'm
detective.
saying she
Well, no,
pushed
listen.
me first.
This
I never pushed
these
her
are
at
your
all.
options, because
She
I
threw
spoke...
herself up against the vehicle.
Okay.
Okay,
Are
and
you
that's,
listening-
instead
are
of
you
arguing
listening?
with you, I'm asking that you.
Well, you're arguing with me, you're not listening to me. And what I'm trying to do is explain the situation to you. The matter has been investigated as of that day, okay? If you feel that the matter wasn't investigated properly, you have one of two options to do. One, you can wait till your court date occurs. Then you can bring your independent witness to court, because that's part of your evidence, is to give defense evidence contrary to the charge that's been put against you, which is what I feel that you should do. If you feel that you want to appear before a justice of the peace and lay a private information, you're also welcome to do that. Countercharge her, however, from the police perspective and the evidence that we have, speaking to Detective Aiken, we're not going to lay a charge against her.
Oh, so it's okay that she created the disturbance, that she actually came and disrupted.
Well, once again, what I'm telling you is you've been charged with a criminal offense, okay? You haven't been convicted of anything. What you do is then you bring all your evidence to court at the
Right, I
time for the
defend
charge.
myself.
Exactly.
Right.
That's it.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
saying that she hit me first, and I'm asking you to charge her and let her defend herself against her actions.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you is we don't have any evidence that
You had no evidence that I hit her
confirms
either.
your accusations.
You had no evidence before I was arrested that I did anything to hit her. I was supposed to be treated as innocent
Okay.
until proven guilty. Now you're telling me
But
that
from the
you're based on
conclusion
her
of that
evidence.
investigation, were you not charged? From the conclusion of that arrest,
So
were
I
you
was
not
supposed to
charged?
call the police first. Is that the idea?
No. If you would have called the police first, you more than likely would have been arrested anyways.
Right. So thank you very much for
Because
telling
we
me
have
that there's a gender bias.
No, because we have evidence that
No,
states
you
that
don't
you
have
actually
evidence.
There
assaulted
was
her.
an independent witness that
Yeah.
gave us a statement.
Right. And
They
I
were interviewed by us and the detectives, and that's why you were arrested. And there was an
And I'm telling
investigation
you that
before.
I have evidence that she is the one who instigated this
You
disturbance.
can bring it forward to the courts. Simple. If you have evidence, bring it to the courts.
But you're refusing to accept, to take a statement from me and investigate it.
Well, I'm not going to take a statement in regards to your own defense. What I
It's
think
not
you
about my
should,
own
what I
defense.
think-
I'm saying she assaulted me
what
first.
I think you should do is maybe speak to duty counsel or counsel at this point first before you want to give us a statement in regards to the events that you've been charged on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you're saying that you didn't assault her.
I'm saying she assaulted me.
Okay, but you're saying that you didn't assault her.
That's
that
a
you,
separate issue.
Well, listen-
I'm saying she assaulted me.
Well, let me
The
finish.
defense is that
Let
I
me
didn't
finish.
assault her.
Let me finish first before you carry on. What you're saying is you didn't assault her. You defended yourself against her assault.
No, sir. I did not assault her. I did not defend myself against her. I did not assault her.
But
She assaulted me.
Why did our independent witness say that you assaulted her? So if you're telling me that you
That will be dealt with in court,
well,
won't it?
that's what this whole matter would be. If you go to court and you can actually state that you were actually assaulted first and that you were actually defending yourself, then your charges be withdrawn. And then later on down the road, if they want to relay charges of assault against her, that's fine. But you have to bring all your evidence before the courts at the time. You have to defend yourself on your own charges before. If you want to lay counter charges against her, we're not going to do it. Because the evidence that we have has led to your charge. If you want to go see a justice of the peace down at College Park Courts, you're more than willing to do that. However, upon the completion of that investigation, a charge of public mischief could also occur if we find that you're making false statements towards the courts in order to have her counter charge.
But you won't file public mischief charges against her for making false statements, making a false accusation. You'll just
From
let
that
her
day?
go.
From
Yes,
that day?
yes.
We have an independent witness
You
who says
don't.
you
You
assaulted
don't
her.
have. You do not
Well,
have.
don't
the
tell me
process.
what we have, okay? 'Cause
Well,
I
you're
know
telling
what we
me
have.
the justice system. You're telling me that what is evidence. Well, that's a court proceeding.
That's correct.
Well, investigation is not court proceedings.
Well, I'm not going to waste my time investigating a matter where I feel that the allegations in the beginning are false, and that I'm
They're
going to
not.
turn
Well-
around and lay a charge of mischief.
The evidence, the video shows that she's the one that pushed me first.
According to the detective, it doesn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Why didn't you just call me?
Who?
You. Why are 3 officers here to do this?
Well, we're going to explain the situation to you. I don't think.
And why can't you do that on the
I
phone?
don't think a call on
I've
the
just been in
phone
jail
would-
for 5 days, and you basically are coming and telling me in a harassing way
Well-
that I've got no right to seek justice when she's the one that started this. I haven't seen
Well-
my son for years, and I go to a public event that's open to the public,
Right?
and I find myself in a conflict because she decides to cause a disturbance.
Well, the reason why we showed up is because with your aggressive tone that we're having right now, I don't think a phone call would
Okay, thank you,
justify
gentlemen.
it.
Please leave.
Thank you. Okay.
Take your stuff.
Like I said, you have your
My
options.
tone. Right. I'm not allowed to
And
seek
if you'd like to
justice.
speak to the detective that investigated the matter, it's Aiken.
Yes, I know. I
Okay.
called him as part of my bail release to let him know this is where I live.
Okay, you can speak to him too, because I spoke to him before I came up here and he said if you wanted to give
Right,
him a
so,
call.
so
you
you've,
can
this has
explain
been
that.
prejudiced already.
No, it's not.
Well, you've just demonstrated, you've just told me.
I've explained the situation to you.
You explained to
And I
me that this
explained your
situation's been
options.
prejudiced by your
Giving
decision
you your
to
options.
not consider my evidence,
And
not
I've given
consider
you an
taking it.
opportunity to speak to
You
the
haven't heard a statement
investigating
from me, and
detective.
you've already told me you're not willing to hear a statement